you know, I sat on some story ideas for years, but then you don't want to put them out because what if people think they're stupid? You know, like what if my story sucks? Yeah, what if nobody likes it? So you get afraid of that kind of stuff, and that just you live in the realm of never knowing if you let that win. I guess you
That's
know.
right.
So you need people to push you and say, just do it.
Buenos dias. I am here today. I am joined today by my friend, amigo, Keith Bosco, and the owner and publisher of Yellow Light Publishings.
That's right.
Has a group, music group. Like, this guy's doing it all, man. And
Yeah.
how you doing today?
Can't complain, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
You know, as I look back, I'm thinking, every time I see you, all I think about is Sloppy Okapi, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Sloppy Okapi is one of the books. When you first published it, what was really exciting that you had this big, what was it?
RV?
The RV,
yeah.
and
yeah.
you traveled all throughout the nation. Like,
Yeah.
it was a freaking adventure to follow you on social media on that adventure when you published that book, man.
Yeah,
So
I think you and I just met
that's
right
right.
around.
We did. We
yeah,
did.
and
We
then
did.
and then when I got back, we met up for coffee.
That's right,
and
for
I
what the mastermind. We
Yeah,
had a mastermind, you know?
Yeah, if I remember, it was the book. You reached out to me because the colors of the
That's
book.
right. That's right.
You said kind of reminded you of growing up in
Puerto Rico. That's right, man.
Yeah.
That's right. I was really excited, man, that you autographed this big poster for me. It was
Yeah.
hanging in my office. And also, it brought out the kid in me, you know, because I knew the importance of escaping through books for me early on, you know. So when I actually met someone that wrote a book that was simple but yet colorful, as a kid, I was yellow. I was attracted to bright colors
Yeah.
as a kid.
Yeah,
so
good.
when I saw he
jacket
pointed at
on,
me,
man.
like,
Look
you
at
got
that.
that blue
Yeah.
jacket on, loud, you know.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you for that, man. So what's going on, man?
Man.
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man.
Oh, yeah?
I'm doing good, man.
I see you brought some goodies,
I
man.
did. I brought some. So yeah, let me.
Yeah,
I brought
yeah.
you a gift, man. I
Oh, you
brought
did? You did?
I
What's up with that?
brought you this coffee mug here.
Stop.
Yellow Light
Look
Publishing
at this.
mug.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Phenomenal logo, man. Makes
You-
me think about Matthew Connolly's book, right? The green.
Yeah, it was, he put out one called Green Light.
Green
Yeah,
Light,
I didn't realize
that's
that
right.
at the time when it came.
No, yours was out way before his,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you,
'Cause,
man.
You know, you actually, it was meeting with you over coffee is what helped push me to the next level when it came to publishing. Because when I started Yellow Light Publishing, it was only for myself to put out my own kids' books. And I was planning, that was just going to be a publishing house for me to publish my own books. And then I started having authors reach out to me asking for help. Like, hey, can you help me with my book? Can you help me with my book? And I remember sitting at Starbucks with you, and I was like, I don't know what to do. What do I tell them? What do I tell them? I mean, I don't know how to help, like, structurally. You know what I mean? Like, how do I do it as a business? And you just said, man, just tell them, here's my rate, and this is what I can do. And I was like, is that simple? And
here you are.
and I did it, yeah.
That's
So
right.
and it worked. It worked.
That's
So
what's
and then
up,
I've just
brother.
figured it out as I went. You know.
That's what's up. Hey, I just want to do something off the
Yeah.
radar. I want to say, what's going on, brother? Local coffee roasters is in the house. Man, let me see one of them bags,
Man,
brother.
look.
Right on the show.
You can
This
pour
brother-
some in the mug, man.
Listen, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
You
Thank
good?
you.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Local coffee roasters, man, in the house, dropping off our Linda Vista blend.
I think we need a cup.
Man, that thing, I can.
You smell that?
You smell that thing, man? How you
Yeah.
doing? How's the
Doing
family,
good.
man?
Everything's
That's
really
nice.
good.
How's the baby, man?
She's great.
Oh yeah.
Yep, she's great. Growing up really quick.
That's
Almost
what's
3.
up, brother. We need to have you on the show, man.
be great.
You and your lovely.
Yeah.
We gotta make that happen, Marley. That's what's
Absolutely.
up, man.
What a setup you guys have here.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
surprised
you.
Sony's coming up.
We've come a long way, right?
Sure
That's
have.
right. Remember, we did one
Yeah.
with you, what, years
Early
ago?
on, yeah.
Early on.
Yeah.
Early on.
That was hard to watch myself. Maybe I'll do better next time.
We'll do that, man. Thank you so much for hooking us up.
Yeah, of course.
And then we'll look into
Did
our
Jenny
other thing.
reach out about the delivery? I'm not sure what happened. I think it's going to show up today.
Oh, you will?
So I just have
Okay.
these in the car, so I thought I
Awesome.
would bring them.
Appreciate you, brother. We'll talk, man.
Yeah.
We'll
Enjoy
set
the
something up.
podcast.
Thank you,
Take
thank
care,
you,
man.
thank you. That is awesome. Ain't
Hey,
that
man,
crazy?
look, it's perfect.
Wow, man. That's what's up, man. I hope you had a good time at your gig, too, today. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Take care, man.
Jeez.
Thank you. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm having an event on Sunday. So I'm
Yeah?
like,
What you
I
got?
went to look for coffee, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm out of coffee. And he came and say, listen, until your delivery come, I'm in the area. I'll stop by and bring you a bag, man.
Man, I never had their coffee, man.
Oh well, have it before you get out of here,
All
man.
right, man. I need some,
Yeah,
man.
but we did a whole cup in here. We got our own brand, the Linda Vista blend, and it's a blend of, I believe it's Guatemalan coffee and Colombian coffee or Egyptian coffee. We had the whole Linda Vista tribe here, and we did this whole cupping. One of the things that I learned: the lighter the roast, the stronger the coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I know that, man. So
Yeah.
that's from
You would
since
think it's
that
the
day.
opposite.
I know,
'cause
yes.
Darker
yeah,
feels bolder, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's lighter is more caffeinated.
But back to you.
Yeah,
Back to
yeah.
you. So
so that you kind of helped launch me into that.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I put out, I actually brought a stack.
Well, right, it was just sloppy Okapi back then.
Back then it was just sloppy Okapi.
That's the book
Yeah,
right
that-
there. You see what I mean with
that's
the
slop-
colors, man?
yeah.
And you know that yellow and the blue, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, man. Remember, I bought a whole box.
You did. Yeah, you did.
I was giving them
Yeah.
things out left to right, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and then this was my second book.
Which one is that one?
Monkeys and Bananas.
Monkeys and bananas.
Just a short, silly story I made to help my middle son learn how to read. It's like an easy reader,
That's awesome.
kind of funny, silly story there.
And before we move on, how can people, like this guy's local, Yellow Light Publishing, how can people,
I actually browse about books in Rehoboth.
Carrying-
Carries
okay.
my books. So I got to check. I don't know. I might be out of stock. I might have to restock. So I got to hit that up and,
That's
and see.
awesome,
But
brother.
also online, just at yellowlightpublishing.com.
awesome. So
Yeah.
talk to me, what else?
So these again, like I said, when I started Yellow Light, it was just for me to publish my own books, right? But then I talked to other authors who were interested, and I decided I'll help you out, and started with my
I remember
my good
your
friend
boy,
Edwin.
that's
He put out a
right,
little book
Edwin.
here. We thought this one looked like when you go to Chick-fil-A, the kids meal, like this could go in there, man. If anybody from Chick-fil-A is watching, they want to do that. This would be a perfect book for the Happy Meal or the kids
That
meal.
is what's up.
But yeah, this is an awesome story. He wanted a short book, so I mean small size. Great. He kind of helped me get my feet wet. Then he's the one that made the mug. He made those coffee mugs because he was helping me out with Yellow Light.
Edwin, thank you,
Edwin,
brother.
yeah, he's the man. Yeah, so I got a bunch of those. And the second one I did, just author hit me up on Facebook, and really proud of this one. Bloom, Kelly Campbell. She was living in Japan at the time, actually.
I remember you
Yeah.
talking about
yeah,
that.
her husband's
That's
in the military.
right.
And she was living in Japan, and we just connected. And she's stateside now, I think in Maryland. But this book is incredible. Really,
once again, I love
she
those
got
colors,
an
man.
amazing illustrator. Like just the colors in this thing, man. There's just, I don't know. It's really cool. And then just kind of went rolling. I mean, just don't need to get all into it. But
No, I want to hear it, man.
these are two recent ones here. A gymnastics instructor actually wanted to write a book, and I get her and her family. They're big on YouTube. Her kids are like YouTube stars.
No way.
Yeah. So put out this book here. Another local person lives in Milford. Put out this book.
What's the title of it?
Shown. It's called Destiny's Royal Dilemma. Yeah. I think these two are at. Well, Destiny's Royal Dilemma can be bought in Greenwood at Wilderlove.
Okay.
And then this one, man. This one. She lives in Germany. This
looks
book is
heavy.
written in German. Yeah.
No way.
So, incredible book. Somehow we got connected, and I told her, look, I can help you in English, right? And then when it comes to putting it out in German, you're gonna have to find your own editor because I can't help with that. But that book is incredible.
It looks incredible, brother.
Just a couple more here. This one right here, No Such Thing as Normal. This was actually, I think, the third book I was helping with. This is an incredible
Man, I
book.
love the drums on the
Incredible
front.
book, man.
Okay.
And actually, the author Megan, she's an incredible person. She let's see if I have it in here. Yeah, she was diagnosed with a terminal disease called spinal muscular atrophy, and so she's wheelchair bound. She was, I believe she was Miss Tennessee, Miss Wheel. Yeah, I think she like won some sort of award in Tennessee, right?
Right.
So anyway, she wanted to write a book because people, she would say when she go out in public, people look at her, right? And she kind of wanted to talk about in this book like people with different types of disabilities and things, and how like in reality there's no such thing as normal, and just like it's walking through like
Wow.
kind of
I like that.
kids asking questions, right? Kids asking questions and then just giving answers to those questions. Really good book. And then this one right here, Bringing Home Rose, just another book. And I told myself I wasn't going to do books about people's pets because I get so many submissions about like, oh, I want to write a book about my cat, or I want to write a book about my dog, right? And that story. But this person had an actual good story that went with her dog. I was like, normally I don't do this, but I'm going to do this book.
That's
Yeah.
what's up, man. All the illustrations are awesome, man. But I want to go back to that statement. And you and I, over the years, shout out to Andrew, our other cohort for our mastermind meetings. This was powerful, right? There is no such thing as normal, man. Keith.
Yeah.
Even saying that, just I'm relieved. Right? I'm like, okay, I can move on with a lighter step. Like,
right.
Woof. Because we can get so caught up, man, in life and trying to fit into these molds and
Worried about what people think.
you know what I'm saying? That before you know it, it's a wrap. And now you're looking back saying, what the world did I just do?
Absolutely. Worrying about fear of what people think, man. That's what keeps. I sat on some story ideas for years, but then you don't want to put them out because what if people think they're stupid? Like what if my story sucks? Yeah, what if nobody likes it? So you get afraid of that kind of stuff, and that just you live in the realm of never knowing if you let that win. I guess
That's right.
So you need people to push you and say, just do it.
I'm telling you, you've played a big part without even knowing, right? Like Sloppy Okapi. That was just even saying it. It's like, it's different. It's not normal, right?
Yeah.
And I found myself wanting to know more, and I learned more. And even my wife, we love taking road trips, man. We love going to Myrtle Beach, and we love driving down. And right now, we got in June, we go, and we just love that drive and stopping in small towns and just stopping at a local coffee shop. I will always look for off the beaten path coffee shop, something local. And if not, there might be a Starbucks and it's the only coffee shop. But just being able to stop there and talk to the baristas about the town, and I learned more, and they point you in directions, and then we like, let's go chase that down. And it's just that wonder, that kid wonder that having you along my path, meeting you, has allow me to explore that more, brother. So
Man,
I just want to say that, brother. Real
I'm
talk,
glad
man.
I'm glad that it feels like it's a give here because I've gained so much just from
brother.
you. I never thought.
Give me a pound. Give me a pound. Give me a pound. That's what's up.
I never thought putting out a kid's book you think I want to inspire kids.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I got my own kids and I want to kind of instill some things in kids through stories and then build. Encourage imagination and just humor too, and with them. I think that's important. So I didn't expect an adult, to like, man, that book really spoke to me, And I've done some readings. You know, I've done a lot of readings actually over the years, but every now and then, like I'll get to a part in the book, and like the grown up in the room's like, "Ooh,
You
that's
see?
deep." Yeah,
That's
so
right.
I was like, yeah, so that, you know, that's cool. It's encouraging. Yeah, you know, and it opened up a lot of doors.
That's right. You recently was telling me, talk to me about your son. You playing music now, right? Well, you used
Yeah.
to, and you are really
So-
diving
so-
into that. Talk to me about
So
that,
the
man.
kids' books was kind of my creative outlet once I wasn't playing music anymore. I've played music and played in bands since I was 14. I'm 40 now. It's hard to say actually, but yeah. So I started, you know, I'm married, had kids. You know, it's not conducive to plug in and practice your instruments loud and have the guys come over and play when you've got little guys around. So you got to be quiet, right? So I've realized the kids' book was the creative outlet that I would normally have gotten with music. You know, I was always interested in writing kids' books, but never really had the nudge. It was not being able to do music, needing to get something out that kind of launched the kids' book. And actually, so Yellow Light, the name, I even think the reason I came up with the name is my oldest son Pax, when he was a baby, you know, well, old enough to talk. You know, I'd always I'd put him to bed and rock him, and he would just say, like, sing me a song, and he would come up with a random title. And one night he was like, sing me the Yellow Light song. I was like, there is no Yellow Light song. He's like, sing it. I'm like, but there isn't one, you know. That didn't matter to him. He didn't care whether one existed or not. He was just like, sing one. Like, all right. So I made one up just sitting there, and it kind of was like, oh, it's kind of catchy a little. So I thought, I'm going to remember that, write that down. And I thought, if I ever make like a publishing company, I want to use that name, Yellow Light, because I liked it. The idea behind it was like, slow down. You know, Yellow Light, you're either supposed to slow down, or as some people say, speed up, right? Mm-hmm. Hurry up. But we're going to go with the slow down part. Slow down and be present. Enjoy the moment, right? Wow. Often we speed up, or, you know, we go too fast, and next thing you know, we missed everything that happened in the day, you know, or we're there, but we're not present. We can be here, but my mind can be somewhere else.
Facts.
So that's kind of the concept of it.
That's so deep, right? Because we just talked about that a few weeks ago, man.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And you know, I was thinking, oh, it's because you just get more mature and older, where you are thinking about that more. But it's just so important to be present in everything we do, man. And when we do that, when you get to that point, it of course is a better experience, but the final product is memorable.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, we've all probably learned lessons the hard way, where you think you're there, you think you're doing. You can even have the right motive for the hustle. You can have the right motive and think you're doing it for the right reasons, but then you miss out on what's there. And then you don't also connect with the people who, you know, your family, or the people who you love, right? So that they don't feel, you might think I'm doing this for you, but they're not receiving that message. They're like, but you're not here. And then, you know, that kind of hurts after when you realize, like, oh, I missed it.
That's right.
I didn't pay attention.
That's right. You know, one of the things that I am really honing into now and really realizing and learning, that you can go fast and slow. No, you can go fast while going slow. What do I mean by that? Or you can go slow while going fast. Yes, I got, like right now, got so much going on, right? Because I want to. I'm moving, I'm making things, because that's what makes me alive. But yet, when I'm, wherever you are at, whatever you are doing in that moment, slow down and be present. Mm-hmm. So right now, today, right, like today's filming day, so I'm here with you. Be present in this moment, Jose. Whatever's happening out there, you are not, what you will wind up doing is messing up both if while you here, you there. Because when you there, you're going to be somewhere else. So right now, right here, this is the moment that I got. Slow down, be here. When this wrap up, move.
Right, right.
And when you get to that next destination, whatever experience it is, slow back down. And then what that's going to make you do is make better choices in what that next move is. And that's what I'm personally learning. You know, it's like once you get there, slow down. And what happens is that at the end of the day, you're going to reevaluate. Man, those 3 things that I did, 2 of them really, it shouldn't have been on that calendar.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I should have had those other things. So now what you're starting to do is prepare for what's next and being more mindful of what's next.
Yeah, we were talking before like earlier before this, and we started this, and you were saying how, because I was like, man, you're busy. How do you know? I mean, if I'm busy, you're busy. You're busier, right?
Yeah.
And so how do you do this? And you said, like, you know, you pick one day a month, you just schedule your recordings.
That's right.
Right, and then you said, and when you're here, and if you miss a deal, you miss a deal.
That's right.
That spoke to me.
That's right.
Like when you said that, because I'm like, man, so much fear
It's
of
a
missing
commitment
out.
that's right. The fear
Fear of missing out.
And it's a commitment. If you're gonna be feared, then don't do it. And that's what I'm learning now. Then don't do it.
Right.
But I want to, because I enjoy this. This is my creative side. I want to get better at this. I want to be me. I want to express myself. But then make a decision.
Yeah.
So while you here, you can't be worrying about out there. And then what this is gonna teach you to do is be a better steward of everything that you've been given authority to handle. So does that make sense? So then basically, if you miss that deal, now the focus is why. And it always comes down to you overpromise, buddy. You know what I mean?
You're speaking to me, man.
You overpromise. Like I can every time I point a finger, the street pointing back at me. Like it's me. So as I'm getting older, like right now, you know, like all kind of stuff on fire. But I'm like, listen, you're here. Focus. So even when you get ready to go get that fire extinguisher to go deal with that, while you dealing with that, you know that this is where you're coming from. Yeah. So because I'm coming from this phenomenal experience, I guarantee myself that when I go into that fire, I'm gonna see opportunities everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we talk, right? So I said, okay, so that means that if I'm doing this today, because it's a marathon, then yesterday, what do you need to do? You know, I'm older, so you get your sleep, you know, hydrate, you know. So when I'm here, you give it your best and move forward. And then what this is going to do now, this is setting me up that the next time I do this, I'm looking forward to this. And I'm looking for the preparation.
Yeah.
You know, I used to be, for years, I was a substance abuse counselor, right? And one of the things that I've learned from the clients that I work for, that they say, Jose, my thing wasn't about being high. People think, oh, you're addict, I'm high. No, they say, our high was the preparation. To get into, that's always stuck with me.
Wow.
So for me in life, it's not the destination, it's the journey. But we do it backwards because we are always focused on the destination. Yeah, you should have a destination, but enjoy the journey.
Right.
So that was for me, it's a big takeaway from all them years that I did that I learned. Like, really, the real high is in the journey. Right? That's the real high, because once you get high, you're like, okay, I'm high.
Right.
And so once you achieve that goal, okay, I achieved it. But because you are a high achiever, you like already looking for what's next. So for me, what I'm learning is like, yo, slow down, Bobby. Enjoy that journey. Do the best you can. Be mindful what you commit to, which I'm still, you know, working on.
Yeah.
And life will be more enjoyable as you quest after you go after. Man, that used to be a cartoon, man. You got me thinking about cartoon.
Okay, man.
Quest. That was So anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I get the benefit from learning from the lessons that you've learned along the way.
Yeah.
You know, which is great because you know, and hopefully, and I also learning just from you too that I'll always be learning. You're always, I think you got it all together. Then you're telling me things that you've learned and you're still learning. That lets me know, okay, It's a lifelong.
Heck yeah!
It's
When,
a
when you
lifelong
just said
process.
that, my grandmother voice was gonna come out. Sunshine, if you only knew,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like nah. I
Yeah.
just know the yellow light. Like I have to force myself. I have to, because what other options do I got? There are options. I've lived them. I don't want them.
Right.
So I'm going to fail forward until I either figure this out or die trying.
Yeah, for me, I've learned that because I've always been more of a spontaneous type of a person versus a planner, and I realized, which I hate, but how important it is for me to actually put things on the calendar.
Yeah.
I hate having to live off a calendar, but I need to. And especially the more you get involved in stuff, the more you try to do. I mean, I got a full-time job, right? And then I do the book stuff and then do the music stuff and other things. It's like, plus having kids, you have to plan, which sounds like duh, Keith. You should know that, right? But it is a struggle for some of us, like me. I'm not the only one, right? But I've had to put, even little things on the calendar, like don't. I think you and something you said the other day when we were talking, where you block out something on your calendar that says like essential,
That's
whereas
right,
like
for my family.
nothing
Facts.
work related,
Yep.
right? And for a while, I was even putting blocks of time where it was like, okay, take this kid to do this, play
right.
this with this kid,
That's right.
because otherwise,
That's right.
you go home and you sit around and it's like
That's
it's
right.
easy to zone out, and then what did I do?
Facts.
And then the kids were just doing, screen, on a screen or whatever.
Facts.
And then you missed out on a day, on another opportunity to kind of connect with them again. So even scheduling in that stuff to me seemed like, oh, that's what you do when you're off. But when you're off, you zone out and
Yeah.
you don't do those things.
All right. That's
So
right.
you need to plan those things. So
That's powerful.
Yeah.
As we wrap up, I just want to get from you this, like, all this, right? Like,
Yeah.
man, because you talking about me. When I look at you, I'm like, this brother living a freaking phenomenal, funky journey, right?
Yeah.
What does this in music, and also you also have a phenomenal full-time job, like,
Yeah.
what does all that represent?
Oh, man. That's a deep question, man. What does it represent? Well, for me, I think the word creativity comes to mind. I realize that, for me, I have to be creating something, and something along the veins of with how I'm wired, right? So I love my main love is music. Love writing music, playing music, love that. But I love making up stories. I don't necessarily love the process of writing a book, but I love making up stories, and then the way to solidify those stories is to put them in a book form so they can be passed down to, leave a legacy, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So I like doing that. But even at my, if I work full time for a nonprofit called Community Integrated Services, and we help people with disabilities, develop career goals, their work skills, help them find jobs, and help support them at their job. And I found that there's a creative outlet in that for me, creating programs, partnering with different schools that we partner with throughout the state. Just the way that we go about doing the work we do requires a creative element. So I'm able to kind of exercise that. And I also feel like people are important to me. So I like to do that. I like to do things that have an impact on people, whether it's helping somebody who's typically overlooked to succeed in employment, or to help a kid feel inspired or encouraged through a story, or to help a person feel good through music, or to write something that might say, "Ooh, that spoke to me," you know? So I think using creativity, I'm just developing this as I'm babbling it, but using creativity to inspire and encourage people, I think would be the big one. And that's one thing. So we haven't, I haven't played music in 15 or so years until this past year. And me and the bunch of guys that I play with decided let's play again. Now we're scattered. One of them lives in Washington State.
You recently up there, right?
Yeah, so we flew out to. So what we did was he and I've flown out there a couple of times, and every time I go out there, my buddy Kyle, we've played music and written music together for years. We've traveled and lived in a van, playing music. So whenever I go out to visit him, we're like, hey, let's see if we could write a song, right? So we've written songs over the years, but we were like, we don't really have anything for our kids to see from what we've done from all those years, with everything just kind of like slowly fading away, right? Maybe there's a few video clips or a picture or two. So we thought, why don't we play a show and we'll write a bunch of new songs to play and record those songs and make an album. So we got up with the other guys, and everybody was crazy enough to say, let's do it. So from May of last year to August, we wrote like 20 something songs, and then we flew out to Portland to record, and we ended up tracking 11 songs. And then we played a show in September with other bands that we're really good friends with. People kind of got back together to play for that too, and it was really cool. It ended up being an awesome night. We're like, ooh, we got to do that again because that was fun, And actually, it was really cool for me because my son, who's 15, he's been playing the guitar, and he hopped up to play our last song with us on guitar. And I just remember wow. And then one of my best friends, Trey, who we played music with him too, hopped up to play as well. And I just remember looking over it and seeing them, and then looking out and just thinking, man, if I die tonight, that's good. I feel fulfilled. But then, you get that itch. It's like, I need to do that again. So we're actually, while our album's getting kind of mixed and things, we're hoping that'll be done it'll be out by the summer. We're hoping to play again in the summer. So try to coordinate where everybody can fly into Delaware that needs to come in, and we can play. See what happens from there.
That's so phenomenal, man. What's the name of the group?
So this group's called Mother Against Daughter. Actually, yeah.
Listen, you just said something that made me think about something that Marley and I was talking about before we even started today. And where is it? So we were talking about a book called The Way of the Superior Man. But then he was talking, I always get everything from everybody else, man. Like Marley talked about, I find fulfillment in my purpose. Right? I find fulfillment in my purpose, and don't forsake your purpose for nothing. And then I was thinking that I said that, don't forsake your purpose for nothing, but when you give, be present.
Ooh.
Right? So
that's good, man.
I have a purpose. I love to serve. I love to help people buy houses. That's what I want to do. Over in August, I had this life transforming event, and for 2024, that since then I have completely shifted a lot of things, and it was because I realized, dude, you're still playing it safe. You're still playing it safe. What is your purpose? But what you have done is you've said, this is my purpose, but I still want to do all this. I still want to honor all these things. But you cannot fully honor all those things if you playing with your purpose. Don't forsake your purpose. But when you do something else, be committed to it. Be present to it.
Man.
But nothing cannot come before that purpose. So what that does, it makes you tighten back up, right? Stand tall, lean into the wind. But what's your purpose? Focus on that, and everything else is going to work out. Brother. I love you,
man.
brother.
Love you too.
Till the next time. Peace.